Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be showing you the process I took to restore my 2001 Yamaha Raptor 660. Basically broke it right down to the frame and we repainted everything and new bearings, new bushings, cleaned up the plastics, rebuilt the engine, you name it, we did it. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot in this movie other than the clips that I'm showing you something, but anyways, I hope you enjoy it, and you can see the process, how it evolved and how it turned out. It doesn't run. Pretty sure the engine's locked up. I think it's in gear right now. No, it's in neutral, but anyways, tank is pretty nasty. It's really gross in there. It smells really bad. So I'm in the process of starting the tear down and see if we can figure out what's going on with this thing and maybe get it running at some point this summer. All right, well, just do a walk around here so you can see everything. Try not to step on my tools. So there's some thoughts that the one-way gear inside the starter motor might be the culprit. So we'll have a look. I think it's also got a blown head gasket, so it's got water in, but we'll have a look at that. This is a fast bike. I remember when this thing ran, it was awesome. So we got some stuff to do. It's pretty worn out, clapped out as you would say. Sprocket looks okay. Chain doesn't look that bad, so we'll have a look at that anyways. It's got the upgraded box. It had the upgraded exhaust too, and it's been jetted for the exhaust, so we'll have a look at that. And yeah, anyways, that's all I got for now. We'll keep you in touch. Bye. So this clip here is showing the exhaust valves and what's left over of the coolant. So clearly this quad was burning coolant, so that indicates a blown head gasket. You'll come to see that this is also why the engine's been locked up. It's been sitting 7 years with coolant in the cylinder, so it's pretty nasty looking. These carburetors were some of the nastiest I've ever seen. Clearly they've been sitting for quite a while with this junk in it. You can see from the float bowl, it's just totally caked in this algae kind of corrosion stuff. So we let it soak in gasoline for like 2 weeks, and then I took it apart and then cleaned it up with a toothbrush and gasoline, just trying to scrub it all away. Actually, it turns out the best thing to use is vinegar. Vinegar really cleans up these things, so you'll see later in the video how the float bowls are completely transformed. So you can see here I'm assembling the new cylinder and piston to the engine. So that's a Yamaha OEM cylinder that was bored out to 100.5 millimeters and a Wiseco 100.5 millimeter piston, 9.9 to 1 compression ratio. And then I'm just going through doing the ring gaps and then just marking on the piston in the red marker where things should go according to Wiseco's instructions. And then just do a quick engine turnover to make sure everything's nice and free the way it should be. And then I progressed into rebuilding the water pump. You can see it's all tore down on the bench. And then I started reassembling the carburetors at this point in time. And then I move into cleaning up the frame. So I kind of did it in stages. I cleaned up the rear half of the frame, took it all down and apart, and I spray painted it. So I put a base coat down, and then I covered the top coat, which is the final coloring. The final top coat paint is not very thick, so you have to do a lot of coats, but you don't get a whole lot in a lot of can. So you have to lay a base coat, and then you can see the final product in the little makeshift tent that I'm using to rebuild this thing. You can see here I'm just lapping the valve seats. So real quick, I'm using the old valves to take off the nasty material, and then I use the new valves to finish the process. Obviously, and each valve in each chamber or each seat, they don't change. Like, so they're matched to each other, right? And you can see the silver outline there. That's exactly what the manual is calling for, like roughly a 1 millimeter thickness. So that's what it did. Well, we're about to start putting in the new timing chain. Just taking a video of the area now. Put in everything. Got the new chain here. Anyways, we'll check in a minute once we get the new chain and camshaft put back in. I'll show you the end product. Okay, so I put the flywheel back on just so I can turn it easier, but you can see the keyway, right? It's lined up with that mark back there. And we got the two, where's my finger? Two timing marks here lined up approximately where they would be on the cover. And here's the timing gear. So we got the two timing marks here lined up with the cover, right? And we got the one that's hidden in behind as expected. And then we have the holes at the top with the decompressor visible, just like the manual shows. So far as I know, piston's at top dead center on the compression stroke, based on everything we're seeing here. So I'm gonna bolt this thing together and turn it over a few times. Engine is back together. So we just got everything taped off so nothing falls inside. So camshaft with the new timing chain. We clearance checked the valves, set the gap on the spark plug, put the alternator back together with the new gaskets, the starter with the new gasket. This bolt requires a Healy coil. It's stripped out on me. Likely it was already done, damage was already done before me. Yeah, man, it's so close. Hopefully I can get it in the bike this week and fire it up. So we're back at her. We've got the battery all hooked up. Just a temporary battery for now. We have the oil tank installed with a new supply line at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just goes to the bottom of the engine on the other side. Down in here. Right here. So this is the new line. You can see that it's all nice and fresh black. So we've tightened all the fittings, fixed up some mounting points. So we added a leader here, we added a leader to the crankcase. We've hooked up the reservoir, filled it up to the full because I expect it to. So we'll turn the key on. You heard the fan come on, and kill switch to on, lights are off. Just a test. Ooh, that's impressive. What is this light? Oh, well, what we're gonna do is turn it over until we see oil come out of this hole. Hopefully soon. All right, take number 2. We have the oil system primed, finally. So we had to pressurize the oil tank just slightly with the vent hose. We have spark plug back in there with the spark plug wire hooked up. We tested it, it's got spark. We have oil pressure. I had to fix a gas leak on this carb here. The float wasn't shutting off, so I had to adjust that. Put everything back together. We have no gas leaks anywhere, no oil leaks. Everything looks good underneath, so let's give this a go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so key on, and let's see what happens. Start. Wants to go. All right, so after some research last night on why this bike wouldn't start yesterday, it dawned on me that I didn't even use choke. So we'll try and start it today with choke. I didn't want to do it last night because it was like 10 o'clock, so it was a little too late for making that kind of noise, but we'll see if it works today. So again, choke is partially on here. We'll put choke on full, we'll turn the key on, and go for fire now. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh, didn't like the throttle. She idles, but she's dying out on throttle application for some reason. Look at the oils and whatever burning off here. So we know she runs. Now we got the throttle going. Good idle. Idling anyways. Oh baby. As you can see, this swing arm is beyond repair, so I ended up getting a new used one to put new bearings in it. As you can see in the one image, that there's a gap between the bearing and the swing arm, so that wouldn't stand up to riding, so I had to replace it. And this is the bearing retainer. Sits in just like that, and then threads down. See threads there. Made my own tool. Took a while to get these nuts to seat down, and then eventually put a lot of heat into it, and out she came. And now just get the bearing out. So the rear brake master cylinder had like mud inside of it, so the images here don't even do it justice. I've already cleaned them out quite a bit. So I got a new Yamaha OEM replacement rebuild kit, and then was able to do that. Anyways, I'm just trying to break it in a little bit, cycle it, heat cycle it, and I'll see if I can jump on here and make a video for you. Just gotta put it in gear. Get it going here. Once we're going, I can. Crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. Get it neutral here. The neutral light did work for a second there, but then it stopped working, so I think it's just a bulb. Just a bulb. So I did all the suspension, went through everything, torqued everything down. I just adjusted the toe for the front steering so it's track straight.